Hey folks, welcome back to Naman Reviews. Super excited to unbox my birthday present from my brother, Hot Toys Anakin Skywalker from Attack of the Clones. Hot Toys has released quite a few Anakin toys before this, but this is their first younger version of the character. I must admit I wasn't a big fan of Anakin when I first saw Attack of the Clones, but over the years the prequels and the character have grown on me. So we're gonna unbox this in the light box, do some fun poses, and settle on a final score. But before we continue, may I request that you tap the like and subscribe buttons to support my channel.
Here we have the front of the box. It's a tall rectangular box by Hot Toys. Right in the center you can see young Anakin Skywalker. Looks like a pretty good sculpt. The paint applications do not look as good as the master sculpt, but some of that is to be expected. I expect it to look really nice in hand. You've got some branding at the base, says Anakin Skywalker. Got a few Hot Toys and movie masterpiece logos, and of course it says Star Wars right in the center with a silver coloring. The back of this cardboard slipcover is a very plain black color. You've got some warnings and some legalese. You've got some branding up top over here. Just like other Attack of the Clones toys by Hot Toys recently, I expect to lift this slipcover and find a bit more colorful box that has a window box design with Anakin Skywalker right behind it. There you go. This is quite a bit like the Padme box and the Mace window box. Much more colorful window box design. Under that slipcover, you can see a portrait of Anakin Skywalker's toy right over here. He's got the blue lightsaber in his hand, and behind you can see Anakin Skywalker's toy. You can see a couple of lightsaber hilts. You can see that mechanical arm and some pretty flashy branding over here. I didn't show you the size of the slipcovers because they were kind of boring, but the size of this window box are pretty interesting. You've got Anakin Skywalker looking at the desert, I guess. Behind you have the desert background. Up top it says Star Wars. And here you have a bit of a bio. You can pause it to read it. Here is the back of the window box, and you can see that it's very similar to the Padme box and the Mace window box. You've got the portrait of the toy. You've got the logo of Attack of the Clones up top. Some branding, some legalese over here, down below. I like that you can lift the cover off this window box and get a closer look at some of the accessories that you're going to get with this toy. It is a magnetic cover, and inside you can see more goodies. I am so done admiring this box. It's time to open it. Inside we've got this manual, we've got this plastic tray with all the stuff inside. So before we take a look at the manual and the accessories, let's have a quick look at Anakin Skywalker. Well, I am very impressed with this portrait. Excellent likeness to young Anakin Skywalker. Good side profile. Excellent mold. The paint applications may not be as good as the master sculpt, and that has been controversial, but really, when are they as good as the master sculpt? To me, this is very good work by Hot Toys. As I always say, it's always a great idea to check out your manual before you play with your Hot Toys figure to avoid damaging your figure, to avoid damaging the accessories, and of course, learn how to articulate it correctly. So interestingly, just like Padme, this manual comes with a portrait. Very nice portrait of Hayden Christensen. This is of course not the head sculpt. And another one below of Obi-Wan fighting with Dooku. So the manual shows you how to manipulate the rolling eyeballs, how to put on the Jedi robe, assemble the lightsabers. It says saber, but you've got a few here. How to hook the lightsaber onto the belt. How to equip the lightsaber. Pretty standard stuff for a Star Wars figure. How to equip the LED lightsaber. How to equip the LED lightsaber again on the hand. How to power it up, and how to attach that multi-tap tool to the back. And you can of course attach it to the stand as well. And here is the finished product. Also teaches you how to attach the mechano arm, and this shows you how to assemble the stand.
So that is the manual. And now let's move on to the accessories. Here is everything that Anakin Skywalker comes with, not including this robe, of course, which we will examine in a little bit of time. So Anakin comes with a mechanical arm, 2 lightsaber hilts. One is an Anakin lightsaber hilt, one is an Obi-Wan lightsaber hilt, 2 lightsaber blades, 2 lightsaber blades in motion, this tool to manipulate the eyes, this battery unit to light up the lightsabers, these 2 clips that can help you attach the battery unit to Anakin's belt or the stand. This is the base. You've got a couple of diorama pieces, this clip that fits over here so Anakin can get some support when he's standing, and you've got this tray of hands. The tray also has some battery operated lightsaber hilts, extra wrist pegs, thank you Hot Toys, and these 2 screws that can attach to Anakin's belt so you can hang the lightsabers off them. This is the first iteration of Anakin's mechanical arm. Of course, this is from Attack of the Clones. It's painted gold. It is plastic, but it looks like it's metallic thanks to the paint applications. Nice gold paint. Look at that detail over here. You can even see the wiring. All the wiring is individually colored. I think they've done a great job with this hand, but what is quite disappointing and kind of shocking is that it's not articulated. None of these knuckles move. However, the hand does rotate. And of course, you have articulation at the elbow. So while I am disappointed that this doesn't articulate at the fingers, I still do like this accessory. As you'd expect, Hot Toys lightsaber hilts are top class, nicely painted, good molds, very faithful recreations in 1/6 scale. The 2 lightsaber blades fit quite easily into the lightsaber hilts. What's interesting is that the colors are a bit lighter than usual. I recall that Hot Toys green lightsabers and Hot Toys blue lightsabers are a bit darker than this. So the lightsaber blades in motion are also a lighter color than I usually see from Hot Toys, and I wonder if it's because they want them to light up a bit brighter than usual. Sometimes you do have QC issues with these lightsaber in motion pieces. Sometimes you have a lot of scratches on them. Fortunately, mine do not have too many scratches that I can easily see. So if you bought Hot Toys before, you know what this tool does. You use it to manipulate the eyes of the figure if it has movable eyes. But I like how it's created. I like the translucent plastic. I like the thickness of the plastic, and I like the fact that you can see the Hot Toys logo right in the center. So this is the device that lights up the lightsaber. You simply connect a USB cord, and then you can connect the wires to the lightsaber. These 2 pieces can attach to the device in case you want to hook it up to the stand, or you just want to put it on Anakin's back. If you've already purchased a new Clone Wars figure like Padme, you've already seen these diorama pieces. These are from the Droid factory, and they're nicely painted. I like the wear on them, like the paint applications, and they fit nicely on the base. Very similar base to what we got with Padme. You can see it says Anakin Skywalker here. Nice solid material, really nicely painted, and it has the grooves over here that make it look like it's something from the factory. And of course, the diorama pieces fit quite nicely. And if you want, you can attach this clip over here. It is extendable, though Anakin stands quite well on his own, so I don't think I'll be using this. This robe has been incredibly controversial because the fitting of this robe does not look very good. At least from the blogger photos, it just looks a bit too loose. In addition, I think the coloring in person looks a bit off as well. This looks a bit too light, and it should be a bit darker from what I remember. That being said, it is nicely crafted. The material is good, the stitching is good. I like that it's wired. There's a wire here, and of course a wire on the hood as well. Oops. So in terms of quality, it is a good robe, but coloring and fitting, not quite. So here is young Anakin Skywalker straight out of the box in a museum pose, and I think this is a beautiful looking figure. I really do like this new Hayden Christensen head sculpt. I think it is an authentic likeness. I do agree that the paint applications are not as good as the master sculpt, but some of that is to be expected. I don't think this is a bait and switch. I think I should change the direction of the eyes. They do look a bit too intense, but it matches the character and looks pretty good. Hair coloring also very nice and very much like Hayden Christensen. And finally, I do like that Jedi ponytail. This body does have 30 points of articulation. Of course, with all those soft goods, you are going to expect some hindrance. The soft goods are standard Hot Toys Star Wars stuff. So you've got a dark brown robe, you've got dark brown colored boots, you've got this dark brown tunic, a light colored shirt underneath, and you've got this belt on leather. Here's the side profile of the figure. Looks pretty nice. I think the side profile of Anakin Sculpt is quite accurate. Figure looks pretty good from the back as well. Very standard stuff when it comes to Star Wars Hot Toys figures. Up close, you can see that the soft goods are quite nice. Nice texture, nice quality material, very soft, good tailoring, and nicely cut as well. No threads hanging out. It's just a shame that the boots and the tunic are not genuine leather. That being said, of all the Star Wars figures I have that are made of similar material, I do not have any problems so far. Let's check out the articulation on young Anakin. Head and neck turn left, turn right. Nice tilt to the left, nice tilt to the right. Looks down very well. Looks up very well too. In fact, if you push it too far to the back, you can see the gap on the neck. Shoulder goes up, goes back. It's just held back by the clothing. Arm goes up 120 degrees. Nice cut at the bicep. Double jointed elbow, which I love. I don't know why I said it like I love. Okay, but anyway, the forearm rotates too. Hand rotates freely. Waist tilts left a little bit. Right a little bit, not too much. Again, held back by the clothing. Ab crunch is okay, not amazing. Goes back a bit, but still quite stiff because of the clothing. Leg stretch. Thigh rotation. Leg kicks forward. Leg kicks back. Beautiful double jointed knee. So of course there's no cut over here at the ankle or the toe, but the boot is quite solid, so he stands quite okay. Overall, the articulation is what you would expect. The true type body, which I suspect Hot Toys still uses, is very good, has a lot of mobility and articulation, but because of that robe, tunic, belt, there is no fat suit, but because of the garments, there is some hindrance. But overall, I would still give it a nice thumbs up. While we're on the subject of articulation, let's check out how to articulate the eyes. I'm very surprised that despite being a new figure, this has the old eye manipulation system. If you've seen the Padme figure, for example, you can now rotate the eyes from the base. That is a proprietary system with a very different peg. So you don't have to take off the back of the head, and that saves you from having an unsightly seam. But this is a new figure, yet it has the old system. So you do have to remove the back of the head. And once you remove the back of the head, you can see some levers at the back, and you can use this tool to move those around and then move the eyes around. So for example, right now I have him looking to the left, but I can move the eyes around and have him look straight to the center. Well, he looks a bit cross-eyed, but you get the idea. Now that we've seen the articulation, it's time to take Anakin to the toy room for some fun poses. Getting Anakin's robe on his body is not difficult at all. There are no sleeves. So you simply slip it over and you can style as you see fit. What's really cool is that there's a magnet here and there's a magnet here. So that helps get the robe resting on the body. And from the blogger photos, it looked like the robe was way too big for the body. But in hand, it's quite all right. It fits okay. Maybe not as snug as the film, but not bad. So if you want to get the mechanical arm in, all you have to do is roll up the sleeve, hold the body at the bicep, pull out this arm, and put this one in.
Unfortunately, I do not have a warranty on this figure. As I mentioned, my brother sent it to me for my birthday from Hong Kong. I didn't buy it from Sideshow, where it was a pricier and sold out figure anyway. So there's no warranty, so I don't want to risk it. So you can just imagine the arm inside. Here is how the USB powered lightsabers look lit up. You can definitely do a better job of hiding these wires than I did. But yeah, it is quite convenient to have them because you don't have to worry about the batteries running out. Though I do wish that the lightsabers were a bit brighter. And I also wish that this battery compartment felt a bit less fragile. I'm going to turn off the light to see how bright they are under dark conditions. Here's another look at the light up sabers, but this time we have the lightsabers in motion, and I think these motion effects look pretty awesome.
It's time to take a closer look at this Anakin Skywalker toy through the portrait lens. I think this is an excellent sculpt of young Hayden Christensen. I think the skin tone, the eyes, the hair, facial features all look very good. I do realize that the master portrait blew everyone away and the paint applications were much better on it, but in hand this looks excellent, and I think the side profile is also very good. I do like the soft goods on this toy. I love how the robe is colored, I love how it feels, but again I do wish that the boots and even the tunic were leather instead of leather. This is my favorite pose for this toy. It reminds me of the end fight scene from Attack of the Clones. Out of the box, this head sculpt does not look as intense as you might like, but if you manipulate the eyes and change the angle of the head, you can get that intensity. As mentioned, the robe does not look as bad as it did in the blogger photos. It does feel like high quality material, but still, I wish it did fit him better. So if you have the Attack of the Clones Padme toy, you have to pose these two together. One thing I've noticed though is those hands look massive. Maybe that's why Padme likes him, because, you know, big hands.
Time for some size comparisons, and here we have Hot Toys Padme on the right. Both of these were advertised together from the Attack of the Clones line, and I think they pair well together. The heights match really nicely from the film. Now we have Hot Toys Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, and I think they pair well together, but we really do need an Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan, don't we? Now we have Darkside Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith by Hot Toys on the right, and it's interesting to see the difference between the two. For one, he is a bit taller on the right, which makes sense because Hayden Christensen was still growing. In addition, his facial features are different, his bone structure has changed, he has gone from a teenager to a young man. Now we have Hot Toys Palpatine from Return of the Jedi, which of course is several decades after Attack of the Clones, so it's not quite the right comparison, but I still thought it would be interesting to see them together.
Finally, we have Qui-Gon Jinn from Phantom Menace by Hot Toys on the left, and on the right we have Attack of the Clones Mace Windu. In the center, of course, we have Anakin Skywalker. This time I've got his robe on him. My final score for Hot Toys Anakin Skywalker is going to be 4 out of 5 stars. This is an excellent figure. Portrait's mold is outstanding. Figure looks great on the shelf. Soft goods are very good quality, and there are a generous number of accessories. However, there are some minor gripes. While the portrait is excellent, the paint apps have some room for improvement. I wish that the soft goods were leather instead of pleather, and the robe, while not terrible, does not fit Anakin as well as it should. I would still say that you get this figure while you can. The price on this is going to skyrocket just like Darkside Anakin Skywalker, because supply seems pretty limited. That's it folks, that's my review. Thank you so much for watching. Please do check out my other reviews of Hot Toys Darkside Anakin, Hot Toys Padme, Hot Toys Mace Windu, and Hot Toys DX28 Darth Vader. And of course, please do remember to subscribe if you enjoyed the review.